Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Charlotte and today we're going to be trying out a lot of beauty gurus tips and tricks of applying makeup, just to try out their ways of applying makeup and also using products, their favorite products and all of that. I have a compilation of how some of the beauty gurus do their makeup and their little special techniques, and you'll kind of see it later and you'll probably understand it more, but this is it for the intro and let's get started. So first of all, we'll have to prime our face. I don't have any specific tips or tricks for applying the primer itself, so I am just going to be using my favorite primer at the moment. This is the No Poreblem primer by Touch in Seoul. I'm just going to be applying it at the center of my face since it is more of a pore filling primer. Then I'm going to be moving on to our first tip and trick of the day. We're going to be using Auntie Jackie Aina's favorite trick, which is powdering before foundation. She says this is because she has oily skin and that would set everything really well and make the primer work, as well as making sure her foundation doesn't budge. The powder that I'm going to be using today is the RCMA No Color Powder. Like this is the old school powder that I have, and I really do love it. It is just a very neutral and good setting powder. The brush that I'm going to be using today, this is a very pretty brush. In fact, I got this just for filming because it's so pretty. This is the Live Surf Festival brush collection. This is by Beach Cosmetics. This is the #1 brush and it is just a fluffy powder brush, and I'm just going to be taking the powder. Not too sure how much to use. I'm just gonna be patting powder down. That looks pretty set to me. So I'm just gonna be moving on to foundation. And for foundation, I actually do have a kind of tip, but it's not really a tip. It's just a way of how this certain beauty guru doing her foundation. So the beauty guru that I'm talking about is actually Pony from Pony Syndrome. I think Pony Syndrome is her channel name and Pony Effect is her brand name. So she's from Pony Syndrome, Pony from Pony Syndrome. So she uses a flat foundation brush, something like this. This is the Jessup it is a large concealer brush, but I don't actually have anything like this that is bigger anymore because I don't use flat brushes to apply my foundation. I usually just go in with a buffing brush. I have a number of these kinds of brushes for buffing up the foundation, and I actually do apply it on my face with this brush as well. So she uses a wet sponge to blend out the foundation after she swipes it on with this brush. The one that she uses specifically, because I've been watching her for ages, but the one that she specifically used is from the Korean brand Skin Food. I wasn't able to get Skin Food anywhere in Australia. Well, if you guys know where to get it, then tell me. So what I'm going to be using is good old Daiso. The foundation that I'm going to be using today is the Ordinary Coverage Foundation. This is actually a very good foundation and very cheap as well. I think it's $6. 2 pumps is normally what I use. I'm not too sure how much I'll need for today. We'll see. So she does it really well. She swipes it on like that. I've seen Pony do this for ages, and it looks just so satisfying when she does that. So I'm just gonna start blending in, I guess. So she stems it in. I do have to say this technique seems is blending the foundation out very nicely, but it's also keeping a lot of that coverage, more than a buffing brush, I feel like. And it's not streaky at all because I am using a sponge. But I have to say a beauty blender seems much faster because this sponge is tiny compared to my face. I was skeptical at first because these little sponges I don't have a good time with. I am really enjoying my beauty blenders. I have 5. So this is a little surprising. Call me crazy or whatever. I do think setting the primer down did make the foundation a lot matter. This is a lot more hydrating than what I would go for normally. You would see like a glow with it, but today I don't see much of a glow and it feels pretty much like less tacky as well. For concealer, don't have anything for concealer, so I am just going to be doing what I usually do, and I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution, what is this, Conceal and Define Concealer. So I'm just going to go under the eyes. I'm sorry for not like posting. I feel like I say this in every single video. I'm sorry. I'm just like really sorry for not posting often. I just finished my exam, so yay to freedom. Also, I'm using my sister's camera because she has a much better camera, and tell me if you guys like the quality of this better, then I'll steal her camera. No, I'm just kidding. I'll borrow her camera to film my videos then. I am gonna set my face like how Patrick Star does it. He sets it all over his face using a velour puff, and he literally eats his face with the puff. So that's what I'm gonna be using. So I'm gonna be using a lot of powder. So I have a velour puff here. I poured some powder on it. I'm squishing it around. Let's see what happens, okay? So I'm just gonna be literally, this is what his face looks like when he powders, so I think I'm doing good. Now I realize how much he actually uses, so I'm gonna be using a whole lot of powder. Oh my god, it looks like crack. Okay, this looks like a face mask. I look so white in the film liner, but this is what he does, so I am just gonna leave it there and like sweep it off later. This is the Maybelline City Bronzer. This is an amazing bronzer. So I have been in love with the Physicians Formula 1, the Butter Bronzer, for a long time. It gives you like a barely there bronze. This one does the same thing, but the color is a tad bit darker. And the brush that I'm going to be using and the technique is one that I've learned from Tati. She uses a huge brush and she actually stems in her bronzer. So usually I use kind of a big brush already. This is the Beige Cosmetics Smoke and Mirror number 2. It is quite a big brush, but this is a little bit tapered. I think what she uses is probably almost like a powder brush. This is the Jessup large powder brush. I don't know whether I actually like this method. I feel like it looks very nice in the camera, but in real life, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I just don't look that bronzed. Nikki Tutorials uses a pretty small brush for doing her blush. I think she uses something like a highlighting brush. So I am going to be using this one right here. This is by Beige Cosmetics in their Lives of Festival collection. This is the number 4. It is more like a fluffy but very tapered in the end kind of brush. So I am going to be using the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush that I always love and adore. This is the Apricot in the middle shade. So I am just going to swirl my blush. But oh my god, how many times do I have to confuse blush and brush? I'm taking my brush and then I'm dipping into my blush and then I am tapping off the excess, and I'm just gonna be swirling on the apples of my cheeks. She says that this helps her be really concentrated on her cheeks, and so that gives her a very concentrated wash of color as well. This is also a blush with like a sheen as well. I think this is working surprisingly well because I have a big ass face. I thought this wouldn't work. Now I'm moving on to highlighting. I'm just going to be doing my usual thing for the cheeks. I am taking a more golden highlighter. This is by Jouer. This is the powder highlighter in Citrine. So I'm just going to be taking my normal highlighting brush. This is the Morphe R36. I'm just going to go on the high points of my cheeks. And then I am gonna go on my cuticle. Okay. So normally for my nose, I'll actually just take whatever is left over on my brush and just swipe on the nose bridge on the tip of my nose. that's it. But for today, I am following the steps of a lot of beauty gurus actually, but I believe Nikki Tutorials and James Charles both do that. They use a pencil brush to do the nose highlight, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. So this is the Jess Luxe pencil brush 230. Well, I mean, I'm picking up my sister from school later, so I don't actually need such a high shine, but I guess I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna take the pencil brush with the highlighter and then go down the bridge. Rudolph, the red nose, right? Okay, they also go on the nose. I feel like that accentuates a little bit of my texture on my nose. I'm gonna move on to brows. I'm gonna do that off camera because I don't have anything new for that. Then I'll be coming back and do my eyeshadow. Instead of the P. Louise base that Nikki Tutorials use, I only have the Milani Shadow Primer. This is not that pigmented, but I am just going to use that and prime my eyes just for today's sake. She uses quite a lot of eyeshadow primer as well. I am going in with a, what is this? A concealer buffer by Jessup. This is the 142 brush. I'm just going to go in and pat that in. Okay, so what Nikki Tutorials does with shadow is she actually doesn't, well, she used to, but she doesn't anymore set her primer down before applying eyeshadow. I think she learned this from someone else. I think it's P. Louise. She also rarely now use a transition shade. She actually lays down a darker color and then use a lighter color to blend that shade out. So that's kind of scary, but that's what I'm going to be trying out today. Instead of using like a big fluffy brush to lay down a transition shade like how I normally would do things, I am actually going to take a tighter packing brush and start with that. The BH Cosmetics number 8 brush from the Smokes and Mirrors collection, just a denser packing brush. The Anastasia Prism palette. So I'm going to be going in with this chocolate brown color called Parallel. And I think all of the Anastasia palettes actually have a really good chocolate brown, so this is what I'm going to be using today. She actually does pack it on like wherever she wants it, and as you can tell, because with the primer unset, the shadow gets very pigmented, and that's what I'm scared about. And I'm putting more on so that I can actually test out this tip from Nikki. So I don't want a way too dramatic look, so I'm just going to stop with that. And then she said to use little circle motions to blend out that area, so that's what I'm going to be using. Wow, that's working fairly well actually. If you have like troubles blending it out using the same brush, you can switch to a clean brush and just do the same circular motions. Using just the Anastasia brush that comes with the palette, I'm just going to take this soft pink, like salmon pink color right here called Eden. Go into this area right here, just like in the crease near the inner corner. That looks pretty good, right? This little shade right here called Eternal, just like a bronzy golden shade. I'm just gonna take my finger, taking that and packing on the lid. I have to say this palette is amazing and y'all should try it, I'm just saying. Then I'm gonna take a pencil brush again. I'm just gonna use the one from my highlight, and I'm gonna take this shade here called Lucid. And it's just like a white gold. It is an amazing shade as well. Lucid is actually one of my favorite shades of the palette. I'm gonna go in with my Petite Eye Blender, one of my favorite brushes in my collection. This is the 223. I'm gonna take the shade Eden again, go in the lower lash line. I'm gonna go in with a smaller smudging brush. This is also by Jessup. This is the Shot Shader brush. I'm gonna go in with just a tad little Parallel. I'm just gonna go in to the very closest part to the waterline. I have got my liner on already. Now I am gonna curl my lashes and do it the way Pony does it. So Pony actually curls her lower lashes as well. I am gonna be taking the classic curler instead of the normal like compact curler that I use, so that I can actually go upside down and curl like that. But I am gonna curl my upper lashes first. Okay, now for the scary part, the lower lashes. So I don't know how to do that. She actually does that like super well. I think I got something. I have like really little low lashes. You have to forgive me for that. I mean, I'm gonna go in again and try. I do see them curl. I do see them go like downwards. I am going to be trying out this mascara today just because I don't know where to fit that in any videos. So this is the Damn Girl Mascara. This is a new mascara by Too Faced and this looks promising. You know, I had the Better Than Sex waterproof mascara. I didn't really like that one. I don't know whether it's the waterproof formula or something like that, but it wasn't good at all. Oh my god, you know what I forgot? I forgot our queen, from Simply Nailogical. I bought this and I just forgot about that. Should we try something maybe? I don't know with that. Before the mascara, I'm just gonna take this little thing. I'm gonna take Pyramid, which is a lighter gold color. So I'm gonna take this on here. I'm just gonna go right like in here. Oh my god, I feel like I put on way too much. Just gonna blend it out. I just want to try a little bit of this and like remind me of the days where I don't have brushes and I have to use these little eyeshadow applicators to do my eyeshadow. Oh my god, they're actually so good. I can't believe I forgot about this. So back to mascara. So I am going to be using the Too Faced Damn Girl Mascara. This is brand new. The brush, it's an hourglass shape. The formula is supposed to be a whipped formula. The girl in Mecca told me that. I've curled my lashes, so let's go in and see whether this lifts up and gives me volume. Okay, I do see the difference of like curling my lower lashes, but not like a lot. The wand is not designed for lower lashes. It is a very good formula though. I feel like the lips, nothing much for the lips. I'll just finish everything off with my usual matte lipstick. This is Velvety by MAC. I am just gonna put this on. Okay, and as for setting spray, this is more or less like a beauty guru tip, but it's not really. A lot of beauty gurus, from what I know, Tati is one of them who does it. They fan out their setting spray once they spritz it on. I'm not one of that kind of person. I actually go ahead and take my beauty blender and I actually press it in after I spray it. So today I'm actually going to be doing the fanning method and see which one's better basically. Let me find a fan. That's a challenging task. This is the only fan I have and this is like entering into a fandom of K-pop. I am just going to take my Urban Decay all-nighter. Let's go ahead and spritz quite a lot and then fan it out. Fan it out, let it air dry. Okay, I think that's it. It actually feels really nice to fan off myself because I'm feeling really hot in front of the lights. I feel like I found a couple of tricks that I will continue to try out and do so. I think the setting of the primer is actually doing pretty nice. If I have a really dewy foundation that I don't like for the finish, I feel like setting down the primer actually helps a lot. I feel like Pony's foundation technique is actually pretty nice. For the eyeshadow, I feel like it turns out just really nice. I feel like it turned out really dramatic, really glamorous. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and make sure to give it a big thumbs up if you did like it, and obviously subscribe to my channel. Click that little bell next to it so that you receive a notification bell every single time I upload. And this is it for now, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!